Let it go, let it go. We've got the hottest stars from the Frozen 2 world premiere red carpet.
How you doing? Not one, but two new Friends reunions just happened.
Is Kourtney Kardashian leaving her family's reality show? We've got the details.
You waited until 20.
Come on.
Hey.
Queer Eye's Karamo Brown and his son Jason get candid about sex, weddings, and their father-son relationship.
I don't know how she do what she do in the dark.
Leslie Odom Jr. just dropped brand new music. He'll be on our couch telling us all about it.
Live today on People Now. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to People Now. I'm Makon Dovu.
And I'm Brian Balthazar, making my singing debut,
I
by
love
the way,
that.
on People Now, subbing
Incredible.
for Jeremy and Andrea today.
Yeah.
Mako, TGIF.
It's Friday, you guys. I'm so excited. What are you doing for the
A
weekend?
whole lot of nothing.
Give me a double scoop of that.
Yeah, and can I just say, you look amazing. I love the color.
Is it because we color coordinated?
Yeah, because it's 6 a.m. I texted you. What's your color palette today?
Yes, yes.
It's true.
We are in sync. Now, guys, we have lots to get to today. So here's what you need to know and what's trending. Donald Trump Jr. and his girlfriend, Kimberly Guilfoyle, visited The View on Thursday for a fiery interview that covered topics ranging from President Trump's impeachment investigation to political correctness. They even touched on when the couple are going to get married.
And while Meghan McCain, the daughter of late Senator John McCain, sat quietly during the first part of the interview, things got feisty when she brought up the topic of character in politics.
And President Trump's attacks on some Gold Star families that did not agree with his politics. Watch.
Character in politics, I believe, is important. It was how I was raised. It's the way I view the lens of America. And I understand what you're saying about policy, but when you're talking about attacking Gold Star families who have given the ultimate sacrifice more than any of in this room have given, and you put them through pain, does it make you
and I know
feel
he
like
does a
this
lot
was
with Gold
worth
Star
it?
families, and he calls a lot of those Gold Star families, and he has a lot of care for those
And with
people.
angel moms.
He should call
When
the
he's
cons
under
and apologize.
constant attack by the same people, when he's under attack by the establishment, when he's under attack by this, the reality is this: he's a counterpuncher.
Later on in the interview, co-host Sunny Hostin cut in to say, I think she didn't appreciate that your father attacked her father.
With Meghan quietly agreeing, saying, I didn't.
Trump Jr. responded by saying he was sorry about that and acknowledged that both of their fathers had differences before adding that he was sorry for her loss.
Now, later on in the interview, Guilfoyle spoke about how she knew Meghan's father and considered him a friend, adding she understood how difficult it was for her, but that she also knows it's difficult for Trump Jr. when, quote, everybody is attacking his family.
Guilfoyle contended that the press coverage was overwhelmingly negative and never focused on Trump's successes. Whoopi Goldberg, for one, wasn't having it. Her response, suck it up.
Now, take a look at this.
I need another 1,000.
I admire your courage, Miss...
Trench. Sylvia Trench. I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
James Bond movies have come a long way since the first one, Dr. No, back in 1962. Now, that one featured Sean Connery.
But this is 2019, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge is shaking things up for the 25th installment of the Bond series. The Fleabag creator opened up to BBC News about her involvement in No Time to Die.
For starters, she points out that she was brought in to help out on the screenplay, not write it entirely. She says the writers were already making Me Too era changes to the stories themselves when she came on board.
She explains her involvement was more practical, revealing they were like, you're a writer, we need some help with these scenes, and you come up with some dialogue for these characters.
Waller-Bridge also gushed that as far as jobs go, quote, it doesn't get cooler. No Time to Die will mark the third time in Bond history that a woman will have a writing credit on the screenplay.
Wow. Okay, Daniel Craig will reprise his role as James Bond for the fifth and supposedly final time when No Time to Die hits theaters on April 8th, 2020.
I can't wait to see
I'll
that.
be there.
It's about time. Now, Brian, you have even more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, Mako, I do. We're kicking off Star Trek today with the premiere of a much anticipated Disney sequel. The world premiere of Frozen 2 stormed Los Angeles Thursday night, but one moment that warmed the carpet was shared between Selena Gomez and her younger sister,
Now,
Gracie.
how cute is this?
I love it.
The sisters just turned heads. They're wearing these matching Marc Jacobs ensembles. They featured feathered and sequin capes. They held hands and even shared a sweet kiss, with Selena bending down to her sister's level. She's never gonna forget that.
They showed up. Also on the carpet were our very own Jeremy and Lola. They hosted the premiere for Disney and talked to all of the film's biggest stars, including new addition, Sterling K. Brown. He walked the carpet with his family, and you could tell he is so excited to be part of this sequel.
when I see the animated character of Matthias myself, I was like, that's me, like that's my voice. It's such a pinch me kind of moment. You've been watching Disney movies your whole life and now you get a chance to be a part of one? This is amazing. I took this one 6 years ago to see the first one. So now he gets to go see the sequel and see his dad, and hopefully I didn't get cut from the film.
We saw it this morning.
And of course, Jeremy and Lola chatted with Anna herself, Kristen Bell. She shared how the themes of the Frozen franchise serve as good lessons for her daughters in real life.
When I, on a daily basis, watch them try and wring each other's necks, I say, would Anna and Elsa do this? Would Anna and Elsa feel this way about their sister? What would Anna and Elsa do? Because they, that's the power of story, right? They respect this story so much, and they know this narrative, and they know these girls care, and so when it's an easy way to pop them out of their anger and think about being kind for a second.
And the relationship between sisters Elsa and Anna isn't the only lesson in the film. There are important themes in the songs, too.
Princess Elsa, Idina Menzel, shared with Jeremy and Lola that she doesn't mind being asked to sing her iconic song, Let It Go, all of the time because of the song's important message.
It's a reminder of this incredible experience I have in my life. It's an opportunity to connect with young people in this really special way and to sing about really important themes about self-empowerment. And it's also a really good reminder for a woman my age to sort of not to forget that we have to embrace our power and not be afraid of what makes us extraordinary and fierce. And so, it's a good little nudge every once in a while.
And before Idina left Jeremy and Lola, Josh Gad, who plays the beloved, hilarious Olaf, couldn't help but rave about his co-star.
I remember being in high school and seeing you in Rent and having the biggest crush on you ever. And then I know, I'm admitting it for the first time ever.
Never heard this?
No, and then saw her in college in Wicked and was like, one day I'm either gonna marry her or co-star in an animated film with her.
It's starting to take a turn
now. And the latter happened.
Yes.
The latter happened, and I couldn't be any more grateful because I have literally been this girl's biggest fan forever.
Hey, that's incredible. It's really great to hear that. It truly is.
Thank you.
How are you feeling right now, Idina?
I feel like
Loved you for well over a decade.
I wanted this to happen on live TV.
I love him. He's one of the most talented people I know.
By the way,
Are you about to propose? What's happening here?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my God!
As my wife watches on.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's gonna end well.
And kudos to Jeremy and Lola for being on it and capturing that moment.
And that
was
love is
amazing.
real.
That love is real. It definitely looked like an amazing premiere, and we can't wait to see the film. Frozen 2 hits theaters Fridays, November 22nd.
Now, the Friends cast really is there for each other. On Thursday night, Courteney Cox and Lisa Kudrow turned up to honor Jennifer Aniston at the SAG-AFTRA Foundation Patron of the Artist Awards in Beverly Hills. The three real-life friends even posed together on the red carpet. And Thursday seemed to be a day full of Friends reunions for Courtney, who also posted a photo with her TV husband Matthew Perry earlier in the day. She captioned that photo in part with her iconic line, "I know." Courtney and Matthew played Monica Geller and Chandler Bing on Friends. Their characters famously fell in love and got married, with their storyline coming to a close with the couple moving out of New York City to raise their adopted twins. Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe Buffet, commented on the selfie, "Lucky, lucky, #beautiful people." While Courtney continues to work on a number of projects, Matthew has retreated from public life while dealing with some health and addiction issues. In August 2018, Matthew suffered a gastrointestinal perforation that left him bedridden for 3 months. A source told People at the time that his condition was very serious, adding, quote, "Healing can be complicated." Friends reunions seem to be gracing our social media pages a lot in the last few weeks. Jennifer Aniston famously broke Instagram in October when she joined the platform and shared a photo of the entire Friends cast together. She even set an Instagram record, hitting 1 million followers in just 5 hours.
Incredible.
Right? Fans won't be seeing Kourtney Kardashian as much as they're used to in the new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. During a recent appearance on Entertainment Tonight, Kourt revealed that she plans to take a step back from her family's reality show to focus on her kids, Mason, Penelope, and Rain, who range in age from 4 to 9. But don't worry, while she says she's decided to put more of her energy into mom life, Kourtney also promises, quote, "I'm not saying goodbye." The 18th season of the E! reality show is still filming at this time. As for whether Kourtney's sisters Kim and Khloe think the show can go on without Kourtney, well, they say they'll miss having her on the show, but they don't believe she'll be gone forever. Here's what Khloe had to say, quote, We feel like it's a revolving door, so Kourtney might leave this week, but she'll be back, adding, "We definitely love Kourtney, and we will miss Kourtney, but people come and go. People go at this time in this family. They all come back." Kourtney isn't the first Kardashian member to temporarily step away from the show. Her brother Rob Kardashian also retreated from the cameras, telling People in 2016, "I gained a bunch of weight and was super uncomfortable in my skin. The whole weight thing really affected me." He has since returned to the spotlight, showing off his slimmed-down figure at Kim and Kendall Jenner's recent birthday celebrations, but he has not yet reappeared on the show. And those are your Star Treks for today.
Incredible. Now stay with us, guys. We are joined live by Leslie Odom Jr.
Yes.
He just dropped a sexy new album today, and we're talking to him all about it. Plus, we're catching up with Queer Eye's Karamo Brown and his son Jason about their relationship and their sweet new collaboration. More on that coming up. Sesame Street has been a part of our lives for so many years. I just love this show. Do you have a favorite character?
I'm Grover with Oscar the Grouch Rising.
Why is that?
How about you? I'm a little bit grumpy, but I'm sensitive like Grover. What about you?
That's perfect. I'm Big Bird. I'm loud and yellow.
Right?
All right, so this year Sesame Street is just kicking off their 50th season with a big bang, right?
50 years, right? 50 seasons, actually.
Yeah,
To celebrate, we're counting down the top 5 moments from the past 50 seasons. Here's Jeremy Parsons with more.
Sesame Street started in 1969 at the height of the civil rights movement and the war on poverty. The show wanted to help prepare less advantaged children for school. 50 years later, the show is a staple among many households.
Welcome to Sesame Street! It's a big celebration. We're celebrating the 50th anniversary by having a great big block party.
And a special Sesame Street's 50th anniversary celebration, hosted by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I would have done any day of the week that they asked me to host Sesame Street.
How about Saturday?
Gordon-Levitt has fond memories of the show.
I'm pretty sure there exists some old VHS footage of me at like 3 years old standing in front of the TV singing "Oh, I Love Trash," which is Oscar's iconic.
Oh, yeah?
You see his eyes get wide when I mentioned this song? That's your song.
Yeah, it's my song. It's my anthem. I love trash.
5 decades of laughs, memories, and important life lessons. To celebrate this epic milestone, we here at People Now wanted to bring you the top 5 moments from the past 5 decades. Take a look. Coming in at number 5.
That was really great. And say, aren't you Johnny Trash? Cash.
Have a rotten day.
Yeah, wow. There goes my kind of guy.
Oscar the Grouch met his match with American singer-songwriter Johnny Cash in 1974. Sophia Manzano played Maria from 1971 to 2015 and was one of the first Latinas in a starring role on a television series. In 1988, her character Maria got married to Luis, played by Emilio Delgado, and everyone was invited. Coming in at number 4.
Don't drop the rings, Bob.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Yay!
In 1982, Will Lee, who portrayed the beloved Mr. Hooper, passed away. His death was portrayed on the show as a teachable, heartfelt moment for children and fans of the show. Coming in at number 3.
Who's going to take care of the store? And who's going to make my birds eat milkshakes and tell me stories?
Big Bird, I'm going to take care of the store. Mr. Hooper, he left it to me. And I'll make you your milkshakes and we'll all tell you stories and we'll make sure you're okay.
In the next clip, Elmo and Whoopi Goldberg discuss their different skin and fur. In 1990, Elmo was a little monster standing up for friendship, love, and kindness. Coming in at number 2.
It's soft and pretty, too. Elmo thinks Whoopi's skin is a very pretty brown.
Oh, well, thank you, Elmo. Hey, you know what?
Huh?
I like your fur, too.
In 2019, Elmo is still embracing differences years later.
Well, you know, Elmo's favorite thing about living on Sesame Street is that everybody's so different, but we're all the same, too.
In 2015, Sesame Street welcomed a new friend, Julia, a character on the autism spectrum. Big Bird, Elmo, and the whole crew were introduced to the new girl on the block. Coming in at number 1.
Sometimes people with autism may do things that might seem confusing to you.
It's nearly impossible to list all of the memorable lessons and moments that have touched millions of young viewers, but we can all celebrate the show that has shaped so many young minds.
Feliz cumpleaños, Sesame Street!
Happy birthday, Sesame Street!
So many memories.
Oh, such a good show.
All the fails, you guys. Okay, so Sesame Street's 50th anniversary celebration will include celeb guests like Whoopi Goldberg, Chrissy Teigen, Charlie Puth, Patti LaBelle, and so many more.
You can celebrate your favorite Sesame Street memories by watching the anniversary special on HBO, premiering Saturday, November 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I don't know how she do what she do in the dark.
That's my jam. I could listen to that all day, every day. We are so excited to be joined now by Grammy and Tony Award-winning actor, singer, and author, Leslie Odom Jr. Welcome. Hey. So excited to have you here. Now, do you ever get tired of hearing yourself introduced like that?
All those hyphens,
all those hyphens,
talents.
No, who gets tired of that?
It doesn't get tired?
No.
You worked hard for it.
Yeah, you know, I've been also very, very fortunate, very lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and what a day for you today. Today, the album launches. What is it? You've been working on this album for 2 years? How many?
3
how long?
years.
How long?
3 years. Yeah.
What was that process like, and how excited are you today, right now?
I'm super excited. I'm excited to be on the other side of this, 3 years, because, so much of that is preparation and planning, and then you are trying to get people excited about it and, in anticipation of the release. And so to be on the other side of it, be able to say, like, you can go listen to it on Spotify or iTunes or Amazon is just a dream.
It's got to be a feel-good feeling. Yeah. All right, so this song, Go Crazy, your latest single, is more poppy than what we're used to hearing from you, and you almost didn't include it on the album. What made you want to include it on the album?
Some people who I trust very much who are like, you better include this album.
Yeah. Good advice.
But it's a tribute to the band leaders of the 30s and 40s. It's a big fun record. We wanted to make a big fun record. But yeah, no, I got a little shy about it.
What were you nervous about? Because it's such a good song.
Yeah, I was like, people gonna think I'm trying to be Ricky Martin, or like, I love Ricky, but like, but what I had to do was sing it a bunch more times, to find myself in it. Yeah, to find myself in it.
Okay, now you also have a song on the album that's near and dear to your heart because of a special member of the song. Your daughter is involved, right?
That's right, yeah. I played, of course, when we came home from the writer's camp, I played the songs for my wife right away and my kid right away, and there was a song that she loved immediately. Lucy loved a song called Hummingbird, and so all through the recording process, that was kind of the only song she wanted to hear. She didn't care about the rest of the album. So there's a video that my wife took of us in the bedroom that my daughter and I playing around, and I included the audio from that video on
that. Now, has being a father influenced how you approach creating your album or what the album sounds like?
Absolutely. I mean, the album really is sort of an introduction into who I am, because it's, the first original music that I've put out. So it did feel like it needed to be an introduction. And there has been so much joy in my life the last few years. It's been such a joyous time, and so a big part of that is because of Lucy. So I think that you hear that fun and you hear the size of my joy in the songs.
Yeah, we're grateful for those hyphens. That's where all the joy comes from.
Exactly, all those talents, right? Yeah. And one of them is Broadway. I mean, you have Broadway roots, and they know how to put on a show, and you are taking this album on the road. So how did the Broadway kind of stage experience play into what you're going to do on the road? Did it at all?
Absolutely, yeah. All the music was always with the live show in mind. Yeah. To incorporate that side of my training and my experience. Yeah. And so this will be the first time I have a director, a lighting designer, a set. I mean, we want to put on a show, to make you laugh, make you cry, have a journey and an experience.
Is it you solo behind a mic, or you have backup people, or how's this work?
There's going to be backup people, there's going to be a full show. Yeah. It's our first one, so the rooms will be small, so get your tickets, soon. But intimate rooms, special experiences for small groups of people.
Sounds like a perfect date night.
Exactly.
Bring it,
yes.
So let's go back to Broadway for a second. You actually gave up an opportunity to start in Broadway when you were in college.
Right.
Yeah, why did you turn that down? And what did that teach you?
Good question. My parents, that was really, I kind of look at that as like the demarcation between childhood and adulthood for me. That was really the last decision that my parents made for me.
Oh.
It was pretty much their decision, that I should stay in college and not, go off to New York and go pro,
and
whatever. They thought that college was just such an important time, and that there's a time that you should do that.
Got it.
And I'm glad that they did.
Yeah.
So what was their reason for doing that? Was it more just was it religious or it was just
No, they said you'll never go back.
Yeah.
You know, you say you're gonna go back.
They know you. Were they right?
They were probably right.
Yeah. Did you go back?
I finished.
You finished. Okay. They must be
Okay.
proud now.
And I got to Broadway eventually.
There you go.
You did.
Yeah, they were-
Okay, and let's talk about, and not just with Broadway. You were
right.
You, Aaron Burr in Hamilton, right? I mean, so first of all, that's iconic. You must get recognized a lot and like just worship for that. Would you ever go back to the show in that or another role?
I imagine I hope there'll be some kind of like 10-year reunion or 15-year reunion, you know, like a chance to get that band back together again.
Yeah.
I just loved my castmates so much.
So if an invite call came and be like, hey, come on, do a month on Broadway and be in Hamilton again, rock it, would you do it?
Sure.
Okay.
If I could fit it in, sure, yeah.
All right,
Did you hear that little caveat? If I can fit it in.
A little bit of a
We see what you
disclaimer.
did there. So let's talk about another. I mean, you're talented in so many different things. We're talking about singing. Let's talk about acting, right? You are starring in Harriet, which is doing amazing at the theaters, working with Cynthia Erivo. She said that the dynamic of you guys being on set, you were really in sync. What was it like on set filming that movie? What was the dynamic?
Oh, it was wonderful. I wish everybody could have a friend as loyal and supportive and loving as Cynthia. She's such a great friend, and that translates to her work, you know, on set. So the shooting scenes with her is, it's a real joy. And shooting films takes a long time. These things, there's a lot of time you're spending together, and so I love passing time with
Yeah,
Cynthia.
you sit and you talk. I mean, it's tough when you're filming such a difficult subject matter, right? So did you guys find a way to de-stress after filming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together, and it was a real incubator. I mean, we had Casey, we had our producers, we had that cast. You know, we were all in it together, and so we would debrief together and just make sure that we didn't carry that with us as the days went on.
Yeah, that's right. And you also give back. I mean, you're hosting the 2019 Princess Grace Awards Gala, right?
That's right.
And this is a foundation that has helped you yourself. So talk to us about that and what it must mean to you to then go back and MC.
Well, Princess Grace Foundation made it so that I could finish that college that I went to. You know, things got difficult for us, like the final year, Carnegie was quite expensive. And Princess Grace Foundation essentially gave me almost a full year's tuition because we asked for it. I mean, we didn't do much more than that. You send in a video and a couple of letters of recommendation, and they really show up with major money. So they're just a great support for young people in the arts. If you believe in that, like I give my money and time to them because I was a direct benefit of
that
the generosity.
Well, thank you for lending your name and talents to that, because not a lot of people even know that stuff like that is available. Leslie, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, make sure you check out his album, Mr. It's out right now. So good.
Do it, so good.
I love how supporting my dad is. He's literally been like the most solid person in my corner. The most solid person.
Karamo Brown has a great relationship with his two sons, and those relationships are partly what inspired him and his oldest son, Jason, to write a new children's book.
It's called I Am Perfectly Designed, and it's inspired by real scenarios and conversations between father and son.
All of these actual images are from moments of our life when he was a child.
Yeah.
So like there was one, because I have a sister who used to call him and say, you got a big head. Like really sweet aunt, you know what I mean?
Not the message we're trying to get across to the child.
Completely off of what I talk about.
Way off.
But
like, here's the weirdest thing about you.
Yeah,
right out of the gate.
She's always like, hey, big head. And I'm like, you're gonna give my child a complex. And so in the book, we have this line where he's like, well, my big head. And I'm like, your head is not big, it's perfectly designed for you, and it's beautiful. And these things are based off of real things that people say. And of course, my sister is never thinking she's being malicious.
Of course not.
Never. Right. She thinks she's being funny, but we don't realize those little things, you know, you then turn to 40 and you're like in the mirror every day saying, why does my head look this way? It's because of those messages kids get when they're younger.
Jason, you grew into it. Looks good, my friend.
I had a teacher tell me I had a big head.
Oh, no!
I never forgot it. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Day. Okay, Karamo makes a point to keep it real with his boys, and that includes having tough conversations, even about sex.
He let his kids know early on that they could always confide in him.
I believe there's a way to have conversations about having healthy sexual boundaries without over-sexualizing a child. And I think most parents are afraid to have that because they think if I talk about it, I'm exposing my kids to it, and then all of a sudden they're gonna wanna have sex. But the thing is, go back to you. You are probably not exposed to it, but you were already thinking about it. So how to help them start talking about it? So I would say to him early on, this is what I'm proud of, I would say, hey, listen, if you want to have sex, I just ask that you wait until you find the special person. I never said, don't have sex, be abstinent, all those things, because I think that's the message parents feel like they have to give young boys, and especially young girls, is don't have sex. And then what happens is now, if they're thinking about it, they're never gonna come to you, because you've already told them the door's shut on that.
Right.
And so my thing was, if you feel like you want to have sex, just make sure it's someone special. And because of that, you waited until
20.
Come on.
Hey,
be proud of this.
No, absolutely. No, look.
Be proud.
No,
because you had a lot of healthy relationships.
Yes.
You had a lot of.
And I was just going to say, because of these conversations, I wasn't afraid to experience these things. I could wait, honestly, because I could talk to my dad about this stuff.
That's actually really sweet. Tough conversations that need to happen. It's so nice that his son feels like he can go to his dad for this kind of stuff. I mean, Karamo is the king of good advice.
Right, what a relationship.
Yeah.
Now, he got to celebrate his birthday recently with them. He turned 39 on November 2nd. Karamo gathered friends and family for a cozy movie night in his backyard and played his favorite film, Clueless.
He is so obsessed with that movie, and when its star heard he was a fan, she made sure to send him some sweet birthday love because, as if.
Alicia Silverstone actually wished me a happy birthday.
On Twitter?
No, she sent me a video.
Yeah.
My fiance got it, yeah. Do you have my phone? Throw it to me really quick. I want to show it to you and then we can send it. Sorry, I know this is worth a look.
Here you go. So here we go.
Happy birthday to Karamo. I heard he's a fan of Clueless, so just wanted to say happy birthday to a man who's bringing so much joy and love to a lot of people.
Share!
Mind blown! What?
Share!
Unbelievable.
This is literally my favorite movie in the world. I've watched it 14 million times.
Yeah.
I quote it all the time.
Yeah.
Even to the point where this morning I had said something to my fiance and he was like, oh, you get that from Clueless. And he never realized it until
you watched Clueless finally.
Yeah.
It's like,
because I always say to people just out of the blue, I'm like, hey, let me borrow $5. And because in the movie, Maury's like, hey, woman, give me $5.
yeah.
Woman, let me $5.
See, I appreciate you know this.
No, right. It's funny
that.
that your fiance suddenly finds out everything that he thought was original about you
Yeah,
is just from
exactly.
Clueless. Like, you didn't make any of this stuff up.
I love it. He knows that movie.
So sweet.
And Karamo has an even bigger celebration coming up. He's getting married to his fiancée, Ian, next year.
Karamo reveals that after receiving wedding advice from Priyanka Chopra Jonas, he decided his I-dos need to be epic with a pretty expensive theme.
The theme is how much money can I spend?
Is there a must-have for you?
What is that? Well, yeah, the Ferris wheel is a must-have, and we have that. We have the Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
Oh, I need this.
You know
Yeah,
the Ferris wheel.
okay,
So we've secured the Ferris wheel, so that's the one must-have. Because I think it's romantic.
It's
and
romantic
I want
and
people
it's next level and it's
You're going to be
Karamo.
on the
It's
Ferris
perfect.
wheel
Okay,
with your
that's
wife.
great.
You're invited.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling
We're
you.
going. We're doing it. I'll be at the top of the Ferris wheel. What are you looking forward to the most about the wedding?
About the wedding.
I don't know if he's invited.
Okay, yeah. If you make it. If you make it.
I think I'm looking forward to this cake. I just need to know what flavor y'all getting because if it's nasty, I'm definitely.
So, Priyanka and I talked.
Oh no.
And she did say in the conversation, Ian can vouch. She told me make sure you do it, don't, because a lot of people get in your ears. And she's like, if there's different flavors of things that you want, especially when you're incorporating different cultures, do that. And so who told you there's going to only be one cake?
Okay.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I was like, how about every flavor?
Okay, I'm just saying, because you might like chocolate, I might like vanilla, and he might like strawberry. So everyone should have options, is what I say for my wedding.
Make
So
sure
here's the
you
thing.
pick. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Karamo is a friend to the People Now family.
Yes, he is.
Well, he's been here 11,000 times. I know you're a friend of Jeremy. We need to invite to the wedding.
Oh,
Please?
yeah. I want to be on that Ferris wheel with you, taking a selfie.
Yes.
with Ian. Okay. Make sure you pick up a copy of Karamo Brown and his son Jason's new children's book, I Am Perfectly Designed, out now.
I love that we all have a story, right? We all have a story, and usually from that story, we find great ways to be able to help other people.
The latest issue of People is all about kindness, and we're highlighting the amazing stories of people giving back. And one of those is Stephanie Bowman.
Stephanie is a former drug addict who found herself homeless with 2 young daughters. Now, once she got back on her feet, she founded One Heart for Women and Children to help people in Orlando, Florida, struggling with the same things she overcame in her own life 23 years ago.
I ended up homeless with my children. We were fleeing from the domestic violence. My children were 5 months old and 5.5 years old, and I was putting my oldest daughter in a dumpster and for food. There was a woman that owned the restaurant that we were behind, and she came out and got pretty vocal with me and said, you know, get out of the dumpster, and told us that she would make sure that we had food. There were a lot of amazing people that just helped me to get to that next place in life. And it was really because of the kindness that other people had shown me, and I really wanted to be able to give it back.
But before Stephanie could help others, my bad, sorry, she had to work on herself. She attributes her initial downward spiral to the fact that she was raped at 15 years old, got pregnant, and had an abortion.
She says for 17 years, she was in and out of addiction, adding that despite having an amazing childhood, a compassionate, loving family, she was headed toward a deep, dark place.
The rock bottom for me was my children were removed from my custody when we were homeless. I was smoking crack cocaine, prostituting, drinking a lot, doing just a lot of survival mode also at that time. But my children were removed from my custody and they went into foster care. They went into foster care and I went into treatment. And I loved my kids with all of my heart. But the love for the drugs was that much more at that time.
Now, with the full support of a loving family, including her husband and daughters, Stephanie emphasizes it's all about healing from the past and that the main purpose of One Heart is to help with that healing so that people can be their best authentic selves.
And it all started with giving out a few simple, everyday items.
We were just, as a family, making sandwiches and snack bags and passing out socks to people. It was amazing. Some people wanted to trade their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for socks. Wow. Because there's something about having dry and warm feet. And that's even in Florida. We help over 3,000 people each month that come in the doors, mainly for food. So we have parenting classes and life skills, and we do different team building events where businesses or groups of people can come in and make sandwiches and take them out to the homeless with us, or they can come in and work in our food pantry or thrift store, and really they can come in as a family or as an individual or as a group and come in and have the opportunity to do good for other people.
In addition to seeking out help from her organization, Stephanie encourages people to take the first few steps in recovery. Watch this.
If you're looking for a place to heal, find somebody safe, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a family member, whether it's whoever that might be. For so many people feel like, you know, they're not heard. We all want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to be loved. And that's something that we offer for each and every person that walks into One Heart for Women and Children.
For more information on Stephanie's amazing work, visit oneheartforwomenandchildren.org.
Such a great story. All right, so coming up next week, Jon Favreau and the cast of the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian are teasing what we can expect from the newest Star Wars installment.
Well, now, plus we'll be joined by Alfonso Ribeiro and Jerry O'Connell live. They're sharing all of their upcoming holiday plans. Thanks for watching, and for now, we leave you with one last thing from Beverly Goldberg herself. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Wendy McClendon-Covey, and this is One Last Thing. The last show I binge-watched was Killing Eve.
If she's alive, you need to find her.
The last song I listened to on repeat was Sheila E.'s version of Holly Rock. It's an awesome song, and it's over 30 years old. It makes me want to go out and dance. It is funky.
Come on over, baby, and dig the pot. A funky little thing called Holly Rock.
My last big splurge was 2 days ago, and I went to Bergdorf's because I felt like it, and I bought a little Chanel purse.